And hello again, I'm ALANCOOK, the proud owner of the MIDION, which is the darker photos in here. This is the younger Mona Lisa. This is the X-ray out of the MIDION, and I'm going to show you how Leonardo da Vinci's works not only fit in my painting and my painting in his that I've showed you, but you can see that there's a number 5 over here that I had one. Here's a number 5, which is the backwards S and the C. And when you take the two and you overlay it, you can see they fit. You can also see that this line that runs across here matches the same line that runs across the Mona right through here. And then this section through here, and how it doesn't through here, well, it vaguely shows you the line straight here, and then you can draw the difference across the neck of the shoulder, and then it goes across the mountain and goes away again. So it has the same upper line characteristics. Okay, not only does the 5 match, also he matches throughout. But that's not the only thing in which I want to show you and how it matches of Leonardo da Vinci's works. Even though that is a match, and not only did I have the X-ray that I just showed you, this is I believe is Sully when he was a little boy. Out of that particular deal, I showed you on one of my other YouTubes how it was an angel in the hand. Well, I want to show you that when you overlay my man over the top, you can see how he fits and has wings. You can see how she fits into this Batman looking, and the dress fills the fulfillment of the same of the Batman. If you also take a look and you get this, you can see this crisscross through here. You can see the crisscross here. But see, remember, he makes his paintings move across the room. So when you take a look at his hand doesn't just fit here. So when you end up with his image and you move it in the right position, you'll see that his hand fits in the back of his head. Got to bring it down a couple notches, and you'll find out that it fits perfectly into his back of his head. See this notch? Here's the notch, here's the hand. It fits perfectly. Well, not only does it fit perfectly, if you take a look at the shoes, you can see the pointy of his shoes with the crisscross. You can see the pointy of the shoes right here with the crisscross. Those are his shoes that fit right there. And if you want, I can zoom in. Watch right there, and here's the crisscross, and here's the slide. I'll put it back up for you to see. Okay, and don't forget, they move. They have the same deal when you go to do it. Right there, perfect fit. The hand fits perfect. Now watch this. You see her hand right here fits perfect in the notch right here. Perfect right in that notch. Okay, now it even gets even nicer. Whoops, let me back that off. Sorry. Okay, so here, if you can see the notch, how her hand fits perfectly in the notch. His hand fits perfect in the notch. Okay, but if you shift this down and you go further, you'll see her hand not only will match, you see how her finger comes like this and kicks and goes? All these images, no matter which way you set it, you got one here that fits perfectly for his little notches. You can see how her hand would fit in here, and here's her another little spot. He's got these little spots. Now, the reason why they don't go just straight up and down in a perfect angle is because, again, Leonardo da Vinci's works moves like this. You know, you just don't slide straight across. You don't you don't do the Michael Jackson moonwalk. You actually truly actually give some movement like you normally do all day. You shift. Okay, so Leonardo da Vinci is a trickster. If you wanted also to see, you right in here, okay, right in here is hidden this particular image of the pillar. I know it seems wild, but if you see this round little turn here, okay, that's part of the pillar. Then you have an inner little turn here, which is this little upper inner turn, and it continues. He buried it in here. If you see the main round turn, then you can see this straight line comes down and gets buried, but you can see the straight rod go here, and you can see the straight up and down part here, which is this. So when you go to reduce this down just a little, it shows up because it gets into less pixels. And then you can see how the 2, which is still large for it, fit. Leonardo da Vinci, when you end up with his works going in the Mona Lisa and lining it up with the 5, you'll see that her hand, scoot this over, you'll see that her hand fits down on her shoulder. Now you got the 5 line, but you can see how her hand fits on the shoulder, which is right here. Okay, so that means it would be everywhere across here in this area. If you were extremely lucky, which I have a lot of work to do, I would open it up and I would find her hand. I found her hand here in these notches. So that means he shifts her up and down too. So whatever images that the Paris has of X-rays, and they believe that's the only layer that it's under through all the other examinations, it isn't. It's like a cloud. You can see when I grab a hold of the Mona, watch. See how it shifts in stars to be a little bit brighter? See how it got a little hair brighter? Those are his hidden like invisible paints bleeding through, or vice versa. Sometimes vice versa. Sometimes the other is fading down and bringing up. But Leonardo da Vinci was an extremely tricky person. Don't forget, I showed you the X-ray, which I'm extremely proud of. And I got a great YouTube coming out and be out at 7. We'll come out at 7 o'clock. We're going to do this. And I'll get this one to come out at 6. And so there we go. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed teaching, and you guys, when you give me encouragement, maybe one day I can be good enough to teach kids, get out of my automotive profession and learn, just like you're learning. I'm learning. And with that, can we learn to stay in focus, wear a mask, wash our hands, social distance, and can we also learn to say our prayers regularly? There is a God. And don't forget, yes, Jesus and Mary in the Last Supper, if you take a look at it, you will find that the two look identical, except my woman looks a little older in life. And in this pose, I've gotten YouTube where in his hand down below here, down below right here, his finger and his other index finger is holding a ring. He's proposing. He's marrying his love. So I'm going to try to see if I can bring out this MF. If I can get this MF to come out over here on the Mona, would be good. But they buried it pretty darn good. I have to admit it. They want the hidden images not to be brought out. And I'm an amateur and I'm doing pretty good. I've seen them before, but not good enough to please you guys yet. But I'm working on it. And with that, may God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Amen.